Part two, which was actually supposed to still be part one, but I had some stuff I had to go do. And the hubby wanted to talk for a little bit, so we had to talk, spend some time. So, now what you'll hear in the background, I've changed movies, is Harry Potter Half Blood Prince is playing, which is not my favorite of the movies, but you know, it's Harry Potter, so I do love me some Harry Potter movies. Though the first movie was the best movie in my opinion. Uh, Very good movie. I had all the movies but the last two, but for the life of me I cannot find my other movies. The only movie that I can find is the Half Blood Prince. Isn't that something else? I don't really care about the Order of the Phoenix because that's the one with Dolores Umbridge, and I mean, who could stand that lady anyway? So I'm not terribly upset about that. But I am upset that I don't have my first two, and I don't know what happened to them, where they went. But I have to replace them. And of course, being a Harry Potter fan, I have the books already. I'm gonna end up probably get one of a newer set because I had the paperback set and they are ready from use because I've read them multiple and multiple and multiple of times. So I need a new set, and I'm gonna get a hardcover set next time around because I haven't gotten the hardcover set yet, and that's just what I'm gonna have to end up doing. Well, and but that's what's gonna be in the background. You're gonna hear, if you hear anything, that's what you're probably hearing. I decided to put that on. I was gonna put on a different movie, but I was gonna put it on the Last Dragon. You are the last dragon. I don't know if y'all ever watched that movie, but it's a good movie. I like that movie a lot. Bruce Leroy and Shonuff. Well, Shogun, I think his name was, but they used to say Shonuff. That's if you heard the song In the Rhythm of the Night, that was played in that movie. Very fun movie. I really like that movie. I don't think that dude ever really did anything else after that movie, or other than some other. He tried. I think he tried to be like a martial arts actor, but it didn't work out. That was kind of his only known movie. But I was gonna watch that, but then I said, I may watch that tomorrow. Let me put in Harry Potter. Mm, my light is on the right of me, so every now and then you probably see a shadow or whatever while I'm coloring, and I really can't help that. But I try to hold my pencil a certain way so it don't become too troublesome. All right. So here's the thing with the Cra-Z-Arts is when you put down your first layer, you're gonna have something that looks like this, and it looks quite ashy, um, or spotted because you're gonna have all these white lines and things. You got to go over it with a blending color that won't change the color you laid down. So I had cappuccino, which is this darker color, and of course that's the color up here, and then I have brown. And now that I put in my colors that I want the way I want, I'm going to go back over them and do it a little darker each spot, and then I will go over that with a slightly lighter blender color, and that will bring my skin tone to the point that I like it. And so that is why, people may not like Cra-Z-Arts, is because of the time involved in laying down these colors. Because perhaps I have not worked with Prismacolors, um, but from what I can tell, you don't have to do all of this type of blending to get the effect that you want with Prismacolors. But, I don't have a Prismacolor, so this is what I have to do. And it takes a bit of time. We are already 9 minutes in, and I'm still working on what I was working on in the part one. And we're in 9 minutes into part two. So that is a downfall, but it is something that you can work with anyway if you're willing to put in that time and you don't mind. And I don't, because um, I like to blend. That's kind of my thing. Like I am a le blemisted. Well, that's what I like to do. Let's blend these colors out so it doesn't bother me in the least bit. And so I'm going to make sure I'm putting medium pressure, but when I get up under this ear and putting darkening that up, I'm putting harder pressure, so I can make sure that I create a nice definition and shadow behind there. And this is the cappuccino color that I'm working with right now. And I'm really just darkening up. But I'm still leaving some of that white in there, because that way I know I haven't burnished this page out completely, so that I know I can put at least one more layer on top of this, which is what I want. So, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna darken up my brown, And I'm doing a slight oval, I guess. It's not completely straight across, up and down motions. And then I'm going to try to make sure like I get right up on this line here, so that I don't have such a harsh line coming out from this cappuccino color. I like this little uh, went over my line a little bit. I like this part of the movie where they having a love potion and all the girls are walking towards it like, oh, love potion. Thank goodness they don't have no real love potion like that. People probably lose their minds to be uh, sold out. People trying to make people fall in love with them under false pretenses. I wouldn't mind having some of that Felix Felicis though when I go play the numbers, right? Give me some of that Felix Felicis. I'm about to go play these lotto numbers real quick. Make sure you play it on the right before the cutoff time for the numbers to come out. All right, so I got my color in. She looking pretty good, even though you all probably like this looks horrible. And let me see if I can get in a little closer, zoom in for you, so you can really get a good look at my girl here. All right, so you can probably see her pretty good right now, and to me, she's looking pretty good. All right, so we've used cappuccino and we've used brown. So now my next color that I can use is either toffee, a little bit of toffee, or I can use toasted or coffee beans. Now coffee beans has a little bit of orange in it. It'll lighten her up a little bit. Or I can use the toffee and keep her. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the toffee, and I'm gonna use it on her arm, and that way I can see if it's something that I want to continue to use, or if I want to go in with that coffee bean, because it's just a little bit of skin showing, and I can tell whether or not it's gonna give me the effect that I want. See? And then where's my toffee again? Toasted toffee. I think I'll stick with the toasted toffee. Let's just go with that. So we're gonna go in, and now we're gonna give up some hard pressure here, and we're gonna make sure we get uh, the white parts out, right? Really push that pigment into the paper and smooth it out. Let me, this light is messing with me a little bit. I can't really pick up what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen this toffee up because I'm putting pressure, but I don't want to put as much pressure as I'm putting because it's really putting dents a little bit in my paper. I don't like that. Excuse me, I done burped and everything. I'm sorry. See, my phone has a little bit of a light on it, and excuse me. Okay, I'll move my other light off of the picture a little bit so that I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Oh yeah, I like this. Now that I can see, and like I said, we just going in and we taking some of this white out. And we may have to go over it a couple of times. And I'll do that probably off camera too once I get some of the color out. But I like the way that looks. I like it a lot. I might have to go in here with a little bit of black. I'm not sure, but I saw someone coloring like this. I guess that's how they must write. I was like, how could you hold your pencil like that? I was gonna try it. It actually don't feel that bad. I probably do that when my fingers hurt or something. Just go in and hold it like that. Oh, I like this. Ooh, I like it. You know you like something when you sing about it. So this is going to be my first go around. I'll go around it again, make sure that I get like I said, I want to make sure I get most of the white out of this picture. Want most of the paper from showing from underneath the picture. Right now I'm just trying to get, again, a layer of color down. And blend in my colors. And then with the hair, we'll do just regular old black. And then this here, I'm not sure if I'm going to make those into magnolia flowers or what I'm going to do. But like I said, I am training myself to be a blend master. And so it won't just all be one color. It will be multiple colors so that I can blend them together. I blend and I layer. I blend and I layer. But see, you can do multiple layers with these pencils. And it may come out a little waxy, but that's alright because I'm going to end up spraying this picture anyway with a high gloss sealant before I frame it. So it being waxy is not going to be a big deal for me because the whole picture is going to be shiny anyway. And like I said, because I know you all can hear me breathing and y'all like, oh my god, this chicken her breathing. My mic on my phone is at the bottom of my phone, and it just happens to be right where my nose is, right where my mouth is, as I color. So it picks up sound incredibly well. And so just turn your headphones down or turn your volume down or listen to something else while you're watching me color. Because I know it could be annoying to hear someone breathing and all that throughout an entire video. Plus I'm sipping tea and smacking and swallowing, and I might as well just go ahead and eat something with all the noise that I'm making, right? So I'm coming up on 20 something minutes. I don't have a time limit on this thing, but this will probably be part 2, finishing up her skin and everything, and then part 3 will be the hair and the flowers, and then we'll finish part 4. We'll do part 4 with the bees and the background, and that sounds like a plan. Oh, and her shirt, we'll put that on part 4 as well. That sounds like a plan right there. And then what I do is, this will be a playlist. I'll create a playlist, and this will be so that you, and I'm going to do that from here on out with all of my videos. They will have playlists of all the parts, so you can get all the parts at once. bundled up. Ooh, yes, indeed. I am feeling that. Mhm. I'm gonna. That was the one thing on this movie, boy. Even though she was their friend, and there was a thing going around who was Harry's most loyal friend, who was most loyal to Harry, right? And hands down, you all can argue with me if you're Harry Potter fans out there, but it was Hermione. Once she became their friend, she was their friend. She had his back no matter what. Um, and she rode with him. And, if you watch the movies, Ron had his jealous moments when he stopped speaking to Harry and over some dumbness. And even though he did, relay messages, at one point he in Goblet of Fire got jealous. Then again in Deathly Hallows, he got jealous, even though it was the Horcrux that was really causing the jealousy. He still got jealous and he left, you know. However, Hermione never did. So if you want to talk loyalty, you would either have to give it to Hermione or give it to Dobby. I would give it to Hermione just because she beats Dobby out by, length of friendship. Not by much, but she still knew Harry before Dobby. So, and they both were loyal, though. I mean, I guess you could give it to Dobby if you want to put in the fact that Dobby laid down his life for them and took that knife to the chest. And I'm not going to say spoiler alert while I was saying any of that, because if you were interested in watching Harry Potter or reading the books, you would have done so by now. It's been decades since that first book came out, so you're probably not interested in ever, excuse me, probably not interested in watching that movie or reading that book if you haven't done so by now. Even though you're missing out, I think, but that's my opinion. There are books that people like that I don't like. Twilight, which was not, I could not get into it. I will say, most of the time, I'm a person that says the book is better than the movie. And in the case of Twilight, I will say that the movie is better than the book. I could not get with the book, but at least I could sit through the movie. I do not watch that movie by choice, though. I will watch it if other people are in the house and they want to watch Twilight. Then we will sit down and watch some Twilight. But I don't watch that movie on my own. That's just not a movie for me. So I'm going back in with my cappuccino. I'm just going to darken her up a little bit in certain areas. And what you will see, if you can see through this camera, is that it do get a little, the paper And it's probably because of the quality of my paper. This is only a 65 pound paper. So it could be because of the paper why I get that effect. But I do get like a little maybe streakiness. It kind of almost look like pores to me. To be honest, that's what it looks like to me. But there is a texture to the paper, and that might be the pencils or it might be just the paper that I'm using that I color on. Excuse me. I gotta go take my medicine, I think, because I'm still getting over probably the second part of the flu or the second strain of flu or whatever. So now I'm back in here again, one more again with brown, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go over that cappuccino, and I'm going over my brown spots, and talk about Snape. You want to talk about a person who loved? That is love right there. Snape knew love. He loved Lily all of those years, so much so that he took care of a son of a man who he did not like, who was married to a woman that he loved. I mean, that's love right there. You can't say that don't inspire you to want to love someone like that and to have love like that. That was beautiful. Ooh, that was bad. I'm sorry. Let me drink some tea real quick. And this tea has lemon in it. Oh, yes. And then where's my brown at? Oh, that's cappuccino. I'm going to go back in here and go over this cutie's face one more time. Just to bring out that color. Just to bring it out. Just give her that golden glow. And then I'm going to make her eyes brown. I love making eyes green. But she would look great with some green eyes, believe me. I could give her some Eric Sermon eyes if y'all are, if any rap hip hop heads and watching this, you know who I'm talking about. But I think I'm just gonna stick with brown, even though she would look so cute with some. And then I'm gonna go one more time with the toasted toffee. And see how many layers I put on here? I put a ton of layers on this picture so far. And that's because I really want this pigment in this paper. I want her to come out. And it could be also because of my surface is not 100% smooth. It has a, well, it's smooth enough. So it's more than likely probably just the paper. The reason I'm getting these cracks and things. And making her look like she got splotchy skin. Well, not a completely smooth skin tone, but you know. It's almost like she got stretch marks on her face. Oh, the older lady would know, but would compare it to stretch marks. But that's what it looks like. It looks like stretch marks going across her face. All right. I like that. I think I found my technique for that skin right there to make that color. Because I like this color here a lot. Look like a lot of kids that I know. And if you all were wondering why before anybody could even say it, I'll just tell you why I make my pictures with little, dark skinned girls. It's because I am obviously dark, and other people color their pictures the same way all the time, and you don't really see darker skin tone pictures being colored. Also, with me being darker, I feel like I got a better reference for that. And I really don't know if I could even do, oh, excuse me, a fairer skin person, because I don't really have a personal reference to go on. I would have to go on a picture, and that would be something I would really have to practice at. I did not practice at drawing darker skin tone. I just went for it and it worked. And the more I do it, the better I get at doing it. But my first try was pretty doggone good. So, it is because I believe it's something that I have personal experience with. I can see it. I know when it looks right, and I know when it doesn't. And so I don't know if I could even do a fairer skin tone. So that's that. That's the reason. Or reasons why. I really do want to make her eyes green, though. You know, maybe. No. Let's go ahead and put in the brown. And maybe I'll put a couple of green specks or something. And this is still toasted toffee, yeah. And this is not my lightest brown. I have done pictures with my lighter brown. She is the darkest tone I've gotten so far. And I'm very, very happy with how she came out, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. I was very speculative of if it was going to come out the way I wanted it to. And I'm happy to see that it has. So, yippee. for that. And then see that I left that looks good. And then I'm gonna see if I can add a bit of green in there. So this is deep emerald, and let's see if we can just add a couple of green streaks, just a couple. Just see if you can, if you look close, it's there, and if you don't, then you can't see it. And so okay, so that is the end of part 2. We have her skin done. I'm liking it. And yeah, that's good right there. And that's where we'll leave off part 2.